Hey, hi, howdy, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing swell. I am super excited because today we are taking a look at Sigma's new zoom lens, the 16 to 28. So if you are somebody shooting on the L-mount platform and you were looking for a wide-angle zoom lens, you pretty much had one of two choices, one being the Panasonic 16 to 35 f4, the other being Sigma's other zoom lens, the 14 to 24 f2.8. Both of which cost over $1,000, and I'm sure Leica probably has something to offer as well, but that probably costs over $5,000, so I'm not even gonna count that. But then Sigma comes in out of nowhere, says hold my beer and check this shit out, and hits us off the top rope with another lens in their contemporary lineup, the 16 to 28, to follow up with their 28 to 70. And the best part about it, since this is in their contemporary lineup of lenses, this lens only cost $899, which my wallet was extremely happy about. Pardon this interruption, but I just wanted to let you guys know, if you guys aren't subscribed to this channel yet, it would be a huge help if you could subscribe to the channel to help us make future videos down the road. I do really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and thank you for watching this video. Now, back to the video. Alright, so going over some of the specs of this little bad boy. This thing comes in at 450 grams, which is almost half of my Sigma 24 to 70, which comes in at 835 grams. And the first thing that I noticed when I pulled this out of the box is just how small this thing actually is. I mean, it's literally almost the size of my palm. It also has a constant f2.8 aperture and an all internal zoom, so that does not expand at all when you zoom in or out, which is super duper nice. And unlike Sigma's other wide angle zoom lens, this does not have a super bulbous front end, so you can put front facing filters on it, so you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new gel filters to stick in the ass end of your lens. But all of that isn't worth a bag of farts if this thing doesn't produce a nice crispy image. So if you're somebody who is looking into possibly getting this lens, you're probably looking at it to do a couple different things. You may be doing vlogging just like this, or doing some sort of real estate or landscape work. That's where we're gonna go ahead and start with testing this bad boy out. We're gonna go out and see if we can't catch a sunset at the park, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we just got to the park and I've already been attacked by one fly so far. So I'm hoping we can get some epic sunset footage before completely getting murdered by flies. We'll see if we can make that happen or not. But let's go get set up and get everything rolling. So yeah, the overlook sunset shoot was a success. There's a fly with a major vendetta, like I had done him dirty in a past life. He wasn't able to force me out. We succeeded, and now we are moving on to the next one.
Yes, this just in. This video became way too long. Back to you, Bob.
Alright, so I may have made this video a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I initially set out for this video to be short, sweet, and to the point, just going over some of the pros of this new lens, but alas, I have failed. And on top of that, I got the chance to go out and work with a client doing some videography for a landscaping project that they had done. And I wanted to add some of that in here so you guys can see some of the real world tests of this lens. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of that while I go over some of the things that I've learned using this lens the past couple of weeks. So the first thing that I've noticed is the wobbliness of this lens is definitely there, especially when you're all the way out at 16 millimeters. You can definitely see some wobbling in the corners. That normally goes away once you get into about 20 millimeters, anywhere between 20 and 22 millimeters. You can start to see that the wobbliness of the corners goes away. Touching on the focal length, I will say I would rather it be a 16 to 35 than a 16 to 28. Obviously, I realized Sigma did that because they have a 28 to 70 out as well, and they didn't want to step on the other lenses' toes. I think 16 to 35, probably the best range. You don't really need any more on the wide side, but you could definitely use a little bit more on the zoomed in side. And as far as picture quality goes, I have to say this thing is pretty sharp for the amount of money that you're paying for the lens. I haven't noticed anything crazy as far as picture quality goes. It's right up there with Sigma's other lenses. So there's definitely no issues in that department. But I think all in all, for the money, this lens is pretty hard to beat right now, especially if you're shooting on an L-mount platform. I think this is probably going to be your go-to solution if you're looking for a wide-angle zoom. But the other two options I'm sure are good in their own respects, but I think for the price, it's really hard to beat this, and the size is just really nice. So really the only issues I have with this thing is the wobbly corners, which I believe you're going to get with any wide-angle lens, and I think that's about it. What I plan to do is do a follow-up video on this one once I've had a little bit more time to work with this, but first experiences with this lens have been very good. Highly recommend it. Alright guys, that is all I got, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you guys have any questions about this lens, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does a huge help with us making future videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye now.